excited to show you guys what it's like to be working for an IT company. If you are unsure what you want to do, or maybe you have already kind of selected a path for you, but you want to see behind the scenes what it's like to work as a software developer, as a business analyst, or other to have other jobs in an IT company. So we decided to show you the behind the scenes, and maybe we will help you make up your mind to select a path, or maybe if you have already selected a path, to just tap into the experience of our specialists. So today's session is dedicated to software delivery in an IT company, and we have two presenters, Philippe and Nina. I send you their information, but I'm sure they will introduce themselves as they go. Thank you all for joining, and let's kick off, and I will give the mic to our speakers.
Just make sure that Nina already joined. Nina, are you here?
Can you speak up a little bit? I think the sound for me came a little
Better
dim.
now?
Yes, better.
Okay.
Hello to everyone.
Hello. All right, so welcome to our orientation series for youth. We'll go through the software developer job. We'll go through business analyst, as well as verification and validation engineer. We'll briefly overview all of the jobs, what we actually do from day-to-day activities, some examples from our work, as well as we'll be open for some questions from you at the end of the presentation as well. So I'm Philippe Kamiński. I'm a software engineer working for Miratech for about 4 years now. I started here as a trainee and got here as a senior software engineer. So the whole path of my career basically has been in Miratech for now. And I'll be discussing about the software developer part. And we have Nina Brover as well. Nina, could you introduce?
Yeah, of course. Hi, hello. My name is Nina Brower. I am business analyst at Miratech company. I have been working in this role for over 7 years, and today I'm going to discuss with you what's business analyst role is, why it's important, as well as another role related to testing, test engineering, validation and verification engineer roles, and further roles related to this one.
Perfect. So we'll start our presentation with a quick job overview and the purpose. And we think that it's the best to start by describing the software development cycle. So I'm sure you have used some apps before, like TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram, for example. But have you ever wondered how they're actually made? So how the idea from someone's head is being able to be turned into a real thing that you can use on your phone. So to do that, the most important part is the software development cycle. So here on the screen, you can see a simplified version of it. So it's just basically 3 main steps that just go through the development of some application. So it's like a process that we constantly go through those 3 steps. So we start with planning and requirements. This job is done by the business analyst, some managers, as well as the client side. And in this step, we just discuss what the software is supposed to do and why and how it should be done. So it's something like if you are with your friends and you want to order a pizza, so you need to discuss so that no one gets with the pineapple by mistake, for example. Then we get to the development part. So this is where the actual magic happens. So a bunch of developers, programmers sit down and based on the requirements that they received from the previous step, are telling the computers exactly what to do step by step so that it's able to actually accomplish what's been planned in the first step. So this is like some logic part, but it's also a bit of creativity and also a part that some things are not working and you have to fix that. And then we end the cycle with the testing part. So this is done by a verification and validation engineer, testers, or a QA. So you normally just don't launch your application and hope for the best that it will work. So you have to have someone that will actually check that everything that the previous development step did is according to the plan in the first step. So it's something like a quality control. So the testers just check everything, check if it works, check if some button, when clicked, doesn't crash everything. So everything needs to go according to the plan. And as I started in the beginning, those steps loop around again and again. So for each feature of the application, we start from the beginning. We also start with the planning, then we develop, we test, and after we add another features, we still loop and loop through this development cycle. So I think we'll get more in depth into planning and requirements. Could you tell us a bit more about it, Nina? We can't
Still
hear you,
facing,
Nina. Yeah.
still facing some issues. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
A hot day outside, seems. Um, well, regarding planning, this is the once the project is initiated by the customers, it starts from the planning and gathering information. Here in the planning process are involved project managers, some technicians, for instance, architecture who will design architecture of the product of the system if its new system needs to be developed, and business analyst. So this on this step, it intends a definition of the purpose of the project, high-level requirements and scope, what should be implemented, should be included in the scope of the implementation of the development process. Here, as defined, the key functionalities that should be developed. As output of this on this step is functional requirements. I will talk about the functional requirements a bit later on, but this is a document which includes specification about what should be implemented, what should not be implemented, what technology should be applied, and etc. Well, we can continue.
Mm-hmm. So it's like a foundation for everything else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then we have the development part. So this is where the real grind starts. So it's not just like random green code in the background, black background like in the movies. It's actual developers that get into work. So imagine that you're building a house. So you just don't slap bricks together. So that's why we need the architecture and structure and dependencies part. So you'll need some blueprint, like a plan on what we are going to do with the actual stuff that we have. So you put things in the drawers instead of just throwing everything on the ground. And dependencies are like tools. So you don't you don't create your own calendar if you are able to get some real working calendars that have been tested and work fine. And then we have the implementation, testing and debug. So that's just like writing the features, making stuff work, breaking things accidentally, and then trying to fix them as well. Then you have to do some testing. So we just run the code and we see if nothing just really explodes and everything is working like it's supposed to do. And if something is actually going wrong and we don't really know exactly what's happening, then we get into debugging. So it's like going deep into the code while running it, checking step by step what the actual code is doing, just to see where something goes wrong, just to catch this little point. So this part can really go for hours if something's really not working fine. And then before the masterpiece goes out, some other devs need to review that. Why is that? Because most of the time we are not as smart as we think. So it's good to have someone else that will just look through what you did, catch some mistakes, maybe suggest some new improvements. And if all of this is correct, you've passed all the steps. We're all good to deploy. So it's like sending out what you did to the world. So all the things that you did on your computer, on your environment, you're sending that to, for example, actual phones of the users. So your code just goes to all the people using it. So that's for the development part. Then the code that we did needs to be tested, right, Nina?
Yeah, of course, it has to be tested. And for this testing is responsible test engineer, validation verification engineer, or QA engineer. And basically, on this stage, the task for test engineer to identify the issues, any mismatches with the functional requirements in the developed application and or solution. So any mismatches are called as a bug. And the test engineer identify all these mismatches with the requirements, applying different techniques and test types depending on what the tester is testing, whether it's web application or Windows application. Here is applied different kind of tests. It also can be run automated tests, where all the actions are executed automatically without involvement of manual activities, manual actions. So it works in both ways. So it can be run manual test or automated test, where mm, it's exactly basically about the executing of the test. So automation engineer create a code, scripts that follows some test scenarios and expectations, and apply this on the application being developed, and provide some output results. So test engineer report these results in the bug tracking system, and assign this to developer to fix. After the issues, bugs, any mismatches are in the application to requirements are fixed, it's a new fresh version returned back for test engineers to validate that they are fixed, and ensure that um, original implementation wasn't broken by these fixes. Also, I don't know, here it's high level overview. So about more details, we can speak a bit later when reviewing a particular role of validation verification engineer. Here, I'm not going to stop on go deeply into details. So we can move on. Yeah. Let's have discussion about business analyst role. To get better understanding who is the business analyst and why this role is important from IT development perspective, I would like to review a simple case, just to introduce this role in a very simple way, like to be clear for everyone. Every company, I would say every company, maybe most of them in the world, has two departments. It's IT department and business department. They have, of course, more departments, but I would like to focus now on those two. IT department, they are responsible on the development part. They are coding, they are developers, technicians, engineers, operation engineers, testers, and business department. Business department, they are stakeholders, they are investors, they are business business people who are making decisions regarding their business. And in case if something doesn't work as it should, or there are any issues in the business processes involved in the company, also for instance could be any issues and problems with the application they are using, like as end users. So they identify some problems, initiate these problems, and they need IT department to be able to fix this. However, they cannot communicate because they speak different languages. IT department speaks technical language, and business department speaks business language. Um, and business analyst is like essential link between those two departments, who is able to understand business needs, business goals, and purposes, and translate this into technical solutions, functional requirements, and transfer this information to IT department. After IT department analyze the information, review the proposed solution, and start designing. On this stage, they actually get many questions, or they can see more opportunities, maybe have questions regarding the technologies that should be applied or can be applied, can identify some risks that the functionality cannot be implemented in this way, and they propose some other alternatives. So they go back to business analyst and explain this in their language, and business analyst bring these ideas to business department, and uh, explaining and supporting to make them a solution, a right solution that will achieve their goals, business goals. For that reason, business analyst is like bridging gaps in communication between business department and IT department. They use data analyzing and modeling. They provide to business output of the analysis in and description of the solution that they propose to be implemented in clear way. It's very important. So they use diagrams, flow charts, mock-ups to present to business impacts and the solutions. Basically how their problems can be solved. If speak about developing of the application, new application like a web site for the business purposes, it also maybe it will be hard to explain in the right way. But let's say another situation. For instance, if one company provides an application, like a healthcare company provides some application for doctors, nurses. They use this as to treat people to evaluate their health and etc. They need to commit their some values and receive some outputs. If something doesn't work or requires some improvements, often navigation is worst, and that confusion to end users, and that takes more time for making their job, or they continue doing some manual job on their daily basis, so that business initiate these problems, this area for improvements to business analyst. However, often a business can see only a vision how this can be improved and how it can be fixed. Often they not familiar with the technologies, how everything works together and are integrated. So this can be solved. All these kind of questions are solved by a business analyst. And a business analyst clarifies to them, to business, the right solution in simple way and in clear way. And important that also one of the responsibility is to keep everybody aligned. So all departments should be aligned regarding the current status of the development, what was already developed, what not. So development is mm, delivery is continue, delivery of the versions of the application continues, and during this process a business analyst still continue collaborating with all the parties. So business analyst is involved in all the processes of development, starting from the planning and finishing when the final version of the application delivered to the released, delivered to the production to end users. And one of the tasks is to evaluate solutions and propose any improvements. So this is the main points related to this role that I would like to highlight right now. You could I have mentioned it already some important things from this list that related to the role, but I would like to tell a bit how the day routine looks like on this position. So every day starts from overview of the inputs of the Outlook, let's say, and chat communication channels from the business and from the teams and all the other parties involved in the development process, into the project development. Then actually we have daily Scrum meetings. It's short meetings, 15 or 30 minutes, where are involved development team, and every from the development team, every employee provides a short overview what was done, what issues he has faced, she has faced during his work, what's planned to do today. Business analyst also make planning every morning, every day, what will be done today, depending on the morning inputs he has received and the feedbacks from customers, from managers, from the other parties. It can be day for analysis, for gathering information, for holding meeting with customers, if new initiatives, if initiated some new changes to existing functionality, to existing products they already are using, or developing new ones. Depending on all of these things, the day of the business analyst can be different. It can be planned for making analysis, for holding meetings, as I said, for making presentation, a demo session to end users, how to use the application, how it looks like, what changes been done, what difference they will face working with new versions. Planning UAT, it's a user acceptance test. For instance, if a business analyst may be involved in different project, in one project they started just development and gathering information. In another project, it's already user acceptance test phase. On this phase, and business intelligence tries the basically test the application. It's not production version, it's pre-production version. They try the version for correspondence to the requirements. On this phase, they also may see that something needs still to be improved, and they initiate new phases for their development, or they can even refuse some of the functionality after they tried it. So it requires some rework also. It also can be a day just for preparing visualization of the solution to business, preparing mockups, working on the with the data, big data analysis involving knowledge of MS SQL and databases, or just simple data analysis that involves only knowledge, requires knowledge of the Excel, Microsoft Office, that's all. So it depends. Okay. What does a business analyst contribute to the company and clients? I have already a bit mentioned about it, that this role and activities that applies by business analyst ensures quality and provide high value to the business, quality of the product, and it also mitigate risks to develop something not needed, or develop something that not meet business needs and doesn't cover business needs. So these risks are mitigated on initial stages of the project by business analyst, and also partially with involvement of developers, because they see well knows well technologies and limitation to in development, that like something cannot be implemented in the way that business expects, so they propose some alternatives. Facilitating communication and collaboration between different parties involved in development process is also very important. It's like crucial, I would say, to keep everybody aligned about the solution. There could be a big project where involved third parties, and as output of the development, all the parts should work together and should be integrated and should work and as expected according to the requirements. And this also very important, and it's contribute much. Cost and time saving, yeah, it's involving of the business analyst is really save cost for the companies, and timing cost for reworks and long-term support. and save time for development, because business analyst is involved in the collaboration between the teams, and like a problem solver also, because could be misunderstanding between departments during the development process. And also business analyst is involved in test, providing assistance to test engineers, because test engineer may understand the functional requirements in not in right way, or fully not understand everything. So still it requires to work closely, test with test engineers. Mm. Yes, of course, it's also improve the process and efficiency of the process, which really bring much to the development and to the company. And it builds trust between trust from the clients and satisfaction when the project implemented in according to their needs. Well, when even some improvements proposed and development additionally, it's really satisfying, and they trust to the company that they may deliver the product with high quality and big expectation, and they will come back to order some new development for sure. So I think we may switch slide already.
Yeah, let's go to a software developer role now.
I don't know, it's a bit silent. Maybe somebody has got the questions or some concerns or comments. So you may ask questions, if anything, regarding business analyst role, or you can type in the chat.
Actually, I guess everything's clear. So that's why.
Okay, good. Thank you.
You explained it too well, Nina.
Maybe too much. I try to not deep into the technical details.
No,
And
actually,
just
really, really interesting. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, it's good.
okay.
Okay.
Thank
So
you.
let's get back to software developer role. So we know what's the development part, but what the actual developers do. So in the role overview, we have building and enhancing applications. So it can be either building something from scratch, if, for example, a client wants some new application made, or something that's some new product that they want, or it can be fixing some old code that's, for example, now running slow, or some application got outdated because there's some new tech and it now looks really old and we need to make it a bit newer. So it's both of those words for software developers, but it's also collaborating across different teams and projects. So you're not actually a lone wolf. You'll need to work with different designers, testers, and people who don't know how to code, and you need to be good to communicate with them. So as Nina mentioned, there's business analysts that link us with the clients, but we also need to know how to talk with those business analysts. They don't understand code, so we need to know their language as well. So that's also the good part, that a good developer should also be good at communication to be able to actually tell what he's doing and actually understand what needs to be done. So for the responsibilities from the day-to-day, most of the things are designing and developing. So before you start doing any feature, you need to sketch, decide what you need to do, and after that, you need to build the thing itself. So it's just like solving a puzzle, but you need to find all the pieces and then put it all together so that it works according to the plan. As I mentioned, you need to collaborate with different teams. So you need to work with the designer to create a solution that actually looks like the clients want it to look. You need to work with analysts to get the requirements, to know what should be done, how it should be done, how it should behave. But also testers, because testers bring the feedback that, for example, some of the code is not working. So you need to talk with them to see what's actually not working, and then correlate that with the code you've written to know what part of the code may actually be faulty, and then based on this information try to fix it. So it's really a team-based work. There's a lot of different roles that you need to work on a daily basis. So you also need to write clean, efficient, and maintainable code. So the writing of the code is not the most important part. It's actually really important so that the code is maintainable, it's clean, so that after you're done with the feature and you need to change something after months, you get back to the point where you were making this code and you need to understand what you've actually done. So that it's easier to make any changes, and you don't need to look at the code and once again see and try to understand what you actually did, because with writing this amount of code, you really cannot understand and remember everything in the solution that you've built. You also need to test, debug, and optimize. So let's be real, your code probably won't work on the first try. It's always that you make the first draft version, you run it, something breaks. You need to look what actually broke and then test it again and debug. And after that's done, you need to optimize it so that it works the best way possible. So there are many hours of tweaking the code so that you have the best possible solutions. And as with the any other role, you need to participate in those stand-up meetings and planning and code reviews. So every morning we have this quick meeting where we talk with the whole team. We give the status where we were at yesterday, what we're planning to do today. If we have any problems, we can also bring that up to the team in the morning, so that maybe some other developer worked on this part and can help us, or maybe a business analyst knows a bit more about this part, so he can help us with the details of this feature. We also had the planning meetings. So when you have some big feature and it's a lot of work, we need to uh, get it into pieces and then plan how much time it will take, so that we know if we're able to do it in, for example, this week, or we should split it a bit between other developers, so that we are sure that we are able to get this feature done in a timely manner. And we also have code reviews. So as I mentioned at the beginning, once you create your code, it's really important to have some other people, maybe with some more knowledge or maybe with some less knowledge, but a fresh view, to actually look at what you did and maybe propose some better way, or find your typo or some text that you were actually missing. So that's what we do mostly every day. And what it brings to company, to clients, why does it even matter? So our work as a software developers is actually making innovation. So with building tools that let businesses do more and faster. So let's say, for example, that some mail company was receiving the mails, and some people, real people, needed to get the information from the mail, save it in some paper, and then pass that into a specific box so that it goes through. But now with the innovation, it's just barcodes, and the machine just reads the barcode, automatically saves the data, and automatically routes the package to a specific place. And it also reduces human error, because, for example, some human could just write a letter wrong, or it was not really legible, so it went to a different person, or it was lost at all. So once you have machines doing that, you're almost certain that it will be exactly the same, and it really makes it all more automated and clear experience. So it's also important to create seamless digital experiences with quality software and that adapts quickly. So if an app works great, it works smoothly, you'll like using it. And if it's a bit buggy, it may get you frustrated. And for example, you may decide to use some other app, some alternative. So it's really important that the app is actually working fine, working well, so that users want to use it and the company actually benefits from those users using the application. So it also saves times and reduces costs, because now that you don't need those many people writing those letters, writing the data from the letters, it can be the machines that are doing that, and it can be much quicker. And now you also don't need the people to do that, so you can reduce costs as well. So it really benefits the company by reducing the costs and also saving the time. And it also gets higher satisfaction. So as I mentioned, if the application works well, it's reliable, then the users are happy. They can recommend your application to some other people. For example, if your banking app is working well, so maybe someone is looking for a new bank to switch. So this user will tell this other user that you can try this bank. He has a great app, and it really makes things easy. I can really make the payments simply at my house, and it's just so easy. So they will recommend it, and as they're happy, they will be loyal to this application, to this bank. It also minimizes downtime and boosts user confidence in the product. So this banking app needs to work 24 hours per 7 days, because if you're on some remote place, for example, and you need to get your money from an ATM, and your bank infrastructure is not working, we will have no money, and that's a really bad situation to be in. So you need to make sure that it's always working, it's always available. So the devs are always working to make sure that this application has no errors, has no downtime. And if something breaks at 3 a.m. in the night, you also, as a developer, need to go there and check what's actually happening and try to fix the fire. And it also helps the company stay competitive. So tech moves fast in today's world. So you need to have all the new tech, all the innovative stuff, for example, AI. So devs make it possible so that your company can have all these innovative things. So we'll switch to verification and validation role.
Well, validation and verification engineer is responsible for testing and validating that verification, that verifying that right product implemented, and it's implemented in the right way, if speaking simple way. And this person is involved at earlier stages, just after functional requirements by business analysts already documented, identified, documented, and approved with the business. So it's not about that validation engineer should start his activities only after he receives the first version of the product from developer. So it starts much earlier. Validation and verification engineer review the and analyze the requirements and build test strategy, creates test plan, and define how he will or she will test the application and the product, what kind of tests should be included, what should be tested, what should not be tested, on what environments it should be tested, software, hardware, and how it should be tested. So all of these are included in the test plan created by the validation verification engineer. Also, as other roles, validation verification engineers also involved in collaboration communication process between developers, business analyst, project manager, and also to be aligned with the requirements and with the project. And we can continue to the next slide. So as I have said, this activity starts from reviewing and analyzing functional requirements or system requirements, and designing the test plan and test cases. Test case, it's a set of actions that test engineer applies on the product and executes with some expected result. And also we attended attends the daily Scrum meetings, providing the test results, what's functionality has been already tested, what he's planned to test, what's the whether the product on the stage has an issues, a bugs or not. Can we move on to the next phase or not? So VVE provides a conclusion about the ready of the version. Also, depending on the role, it can be manual test engineer or automation who runs automated scripts, create them and using some languages and run the scripts that applied to the product, to the application, and executes all these actions automatically and produce some output, some result, so that validation verification engineer just collect the result and report these results in the system to fix if it's a bugs to fix by developer. Collaborate with developers and project.
Just a quick question. We have a question in the chat. What are Scrum meetings?
Scrum meetings, it's daily, in simple words, it's daily meetings where it starts every day actually, where all team who are involved in the development process aligns everybody about their tasks, what they did already, what they plan to do. So like what they did yesterday, like developed some functionality and deployed it for the test, or working on some tasks. So to keep updated everybody what he or she is doing right now and what's planned to do. And on this meeting, project manager or business analyst set up priority for the following tasks depending on the because could be assigned many tasks and for developer, tester, or business analyst. So it makes decision about the priority of the task for this for the current day, because next day, even the previous day task was not completed, it may be assigned some another task with highest priority. So like these meetings, I used the purpose of these meetings to get aligned about the current state of the project and to backlog review what we have in the what tasks we have listed for this stage of the current stage of the project or development levels, development step. So these meetings actually happens every day.
And we will have a separate session on Thursday, this coming Thursday, with a Scrum Master as well as a traditional project manager. So please join us. Okay, maybe we can move on to like questions.
Yeah, because 10 minutes only remains.
Well, I do have a question.
Please go ahead.
In software development, how important are communication skills?
Yeah, so it's not like the most important part, because as Nina says, we have this one person that helps us a lot. So it's a business analyst. So you'll need to just be able to describe what actually you're doing and understand what needs to be done. So when you write the code, you'll need to be able to tell the business analyst what the code actually does, and or why something, for example, cannot be done, or why is it taking longer than usual, so that the business analyst can then make it more like business appropriate for the client to know. But also you'll need to have this communication level to be able to communicate with other developers or testers inside of a team. So I'd say that it's not the most important part, but it's good to have it in order to make the work of all the team very comfortable.
I'd like to add to that, even in these Scrum meetings or stand-up meetings, yeah, it's very important to be concise and speak to the point, because normally they last for like 15 minutes, and if the team is big and everybody just elaborates, so the meetings will drag on. But our teams need to report their time, like every minute they spent. They need to report it to the client, what they spend it on. So it's crucial, right? Even for we even have like trainings where we teach our developers to report, what was done, what they're doing at the moment, what problems they have, what help
If
they
any
might
issues
need.
appeared and they should initiate that some problems they faced with during the development, and something cannot be developed right now and should be postponed, or not enough information in the requirements, it also could happen. That require attention from developer, and this communication is important.
Mm-hmm. Nina, I have a question to you. How long does it take to write up the requirements before the project actually moves on to the development stage?
Actually, it depends on the technology that applies for development of this project. If it's agile project, it focus on continuous delivery of the product, which means that in theory, business analysts should gather information, document this and define business functional requirements, and document all this, like translate business needs on the functionality, and it also about timing. It depends on the project and what needs to be implemented. It's just updates to existing systems or applications. It's 1-2 meetings to gather information. Analysis also 1-2 days, or even 1 day. It's enough to complete. However, as I said, delivery continue and divided into different phases. Like we have defined requirements for the period and divided it into different phases. So in one phase we deliver one functionality, prioritize it more by business. A second phase, it's should have requirements, classified like should have requirements, and nice to have, it's like latest phases or improvements. So that during all these phases, business analysts continue collaborating, gathering new information for the following phases. So in Agile project, it's not like in waterfall classic project when requirements collected during planned 1 month or 2 months, gathered, collected, approved, documented and approved, and frozen and transferred to the development. It's in classic model, but in Agile projects, business analysts are involved in every phases and continue working, even during support. So once product initiated, developed, and moved to support, when users started trying the product, and they may identify some areas for improvements, they initiate changes and business analysts continue working like with the same requirements, trying to integrate these changes in what was already done. Okay, so time depends on the how big is the projects and what technologies are applied on the project.
Okay. Philippe, then I have a question to you. How long does it normally take to go on production? So a group of developers like codes functionality, but first it's done on like
Pre-production environment, right?
Pre-production, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So in short, I would say it's weeks, but just to be more precise, like for example, let's say a medium feature can take about several days to develop. For example, let's say 5, so it'll be 1 working week. But that's not when the cycle ends. Then it needs to be deployed to a test environment where the testers will be able to see if everything works. And most likely they probably will find something that doesn't work. So let's say that's additional 2 days for the fixing, then some additional days for testing. So that's add up to 2 weeks already. And then after this testing, we should have an environment that closely replicates the production one, like a pre-production environment, which, for example, has all the data from production, but doesn't have the actual users working there. So that can take also several days to just make sure that everything is working fine. So that's end up in about like 3 weeks before this one feature can go to production, but most likely we won't be sending as an individual feature to production. We will wait until we have a bunch of features, and after that it will all go to production like a new release. So it can be that a feature is ready in 3 weeks, but we'll have another features 3 weeks each, and then it will be, for example, in 3 months, let's say.
Yeah, estimation depends strongly on the on the product and the scope, what should be implemented and deployed. Deployment process is also automated, so it's not like something they should do much manually. So it could take even minutes.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Maha, I think you can unmute and say what you want to say to our speakers. Yeah. We have Maha says that they have questions about PG. I'm not really sure what PG is, and they're asking if they can email about it. So I think we can arrange that, right? Any other questions?
Yeah, actually, I do have some small.
Please go ahead.
I'm not sure if I could, ask it clearly, but I would like to ask if you have like some quite of strong communication skills or like language skills, and you're not so sure to work in the, like in the IT and this is codes or actually everything like this, like not to deeply, be in this, but work in this field. If it's like possible to have some positions if it's appropriate actually to.
Yes, of course. Thank you for your question. Yes, of course, it's possible. You can start emphasizing skills, communication skills, starting from school. So it's not something that like at what grade are you studying now?
Yeah, I'm studying actually, and I'm like finishing my school this year.
At school.
Yeah, and I'm because I'm not sure if I would work like insist like I would like to work some of fields like IT and English lessons I have do right now, and like I have pretty nice communication skills, but I'm not sure in this like codes and everything, because it's like really something not cup of my tea, or I think so. That's why I'm asking. if it's possible.
Yeah, of course, it's possible. If you are interested in business analysis, you should focus on studying mathematics, computer science, and emphasize skills in making presentation that you can start doing already at school. I believe that you have got some, you get some time to time such tasks to prepare some presentation on some topics. It's also good skills and opportunity to improve the skills in presenting information. Collaboration, so you have it day to day, I believe, between your colleagues at school as well, so you can keep um, improving this. And about technology, about the tools, all this stuff, all this can be studied a bit later on at university, or you can take some training courses. There are a platform that sells free for free or sales or for free provides some training courses to related fields in IT. You can also try. They go deeply through the specifications, through the technologies to make a decision. So, but and you can also start building critical thinking and analytical thinking. That it's also important because critical thinking helps to view on things from different standpoints, and well, everything is possible. It depends on you, I would say. So you can start at
Okay,
any
thanks
ages.
a lot.
I started my career after um, mm, after university, I would say. So I have master degree in microelectronics, and it's not connected to my role, to my job at all. Um, so, and I changed my decision in one day. I just tried to work in IT company as an intern, like as taking training courses, and just to try. And I liked it and continue working in this direction. So at any ages, you can switch your mm, job. Now it's important just to choose proper subjects to study.
Speaking of
Okay, I got
formal
it. Yeah, thank you.
education,
Yeah, speaking from education point of view, yeah, it's just to choose relevant subjects to study right now, and taking any opportunities to improve other skills like presenting, working in the team, attending in the programs, international programs for students. There are many exchanging programs that can help you to build leadership skills and others.
yeah. If Philippe and Nina, do you have a few more minutes?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Okay. Just wanted to speak about formal education. I know Philippe's story is interesting. So, Philippe, do you have a formal education in IT or software development?
And no, actually, I don't have anything like that. I just started by myself. I was really interested in software development from a young age. It actually started by playing some games, and I just wanted to have some more features in them. So I just saw that you can make mods, modifications to the games. So I just, as I wanted to have some more possibilities, I just started looking on how to create some mod or how to add some features. So it was actually that it was just driven by my need to have something specifically. So I just didn't look up how to create mods, but I just wanted to have some feature added to the game, for example. And I just searched like, how can I add this feature, or how can I add something that relates to this feature so that I can find the solution to that exact problem. So it was really a solution-based learning. And as I did that, I really liked it. So I just continued to do this stuff because it really brought me joy. So then I moved to creating some applications for myself. For example, I just uh, wanted for if I downloaded some games, it could take a lot of time at that time for them to download, and I didn't want my computer to run for the whole night. So I wanted to create some application for myself to automatically shut down the computer after the download is completed. So this was also like the thing that I wanted to make, and then I just started researching on how can I do it, and then I found a solution, created this application, and actually worked. So I've also tried many different things. I really like doing that in my free time, and then I moved to creating some projects for some local small companies. For example, a local mechanic needed a website with their portfolio and like the map location where they are located and some phone number that we can call. So I just created that. Also, there was some jewelry store that wanted some local internet shop to be able to look at those items on the internet. So I also went on that, and after I had this experience, I wanted to create something of my own. So I've created a website which allowed different players of a specific game to actually share the game content, which was actually working. It brought a lot of people. Those people were very happy that I've made it. So it also was like really satisfactory for me to see that what I did, the creation that I did, actually helped some people, and now they're happy, they are using it, and they thank me for it. So having all that experience, I just went ahead and applied for a training program in Miratech at the time, just after finishing school. And I wanted to go to university, but I just decided that if I will be able to get a job before that, then I will not go. So that's actually what happened here at Miratech. I just got into this training program. And after 3 months of this training program, I was offered a job here. And since that time, I developed it into a senior software engineer here. So I just thought that I don't need to take this common approach of going to university. If I can make it by my own, then that should be enough. And there was never a point where just not having the university degree actually stopped me from something. So I think that there's not only a single path to become like a software engineer or probably any other role in IT. You can also always try on your own, and if you're if you really want to do that and you'll try a lot of different things, I think that there's a high probability that you will also be able to do that without any formal education.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. Very interesting story, Philippe. Um, any more questions? Like maybe you are in doubt whether you'll be a good fit for being a software developer, or like what questions do you have to our uh, speakers here to, I don't know, make sure that you're on the right track, or ask them something, how you can prepare yourselves for a role what you want to have in the future.
Yeah, I had a question. I was wondering if a developer develops an application, can he also be the same guy who tests it, or there needs to be another guy?
So it depends on the size of the project, for example. So if it's a so small project, then most of the time it'll be a developer which actually does all the work. So it can also be a situation where the developer actually works with the client. So even the business analyst is not there. So they will need to get the requirements, create the feature, then test it, then deploy it. So it can be that a developer can be responsible for all the parts of the software lifecycle. There's also a full stack developer, so it's like a category of a developer. It can be backend for the person that works on the brain of the application, and the front end that works on the face of the application, so what the user sees. And the full stack is actually doing everything. So he creates the brain, how it works in the backend. He creates also the facade, that what the user can see, all the items that he can click, and is also responsible for testing that. So yeah, and apart from that, developers also do like their internal small testing. So even if a project has a tester, you need to make sure that if your started application, it will actually do something, to not just throw something at a tester and he will just go back to you and say that nothing's working. So you also need to have some skills to just like start the application, see your feature, click a few things, and just make sure that it's working so that the tester can just validate more thoroughly that everything is fine. So yeah, there's a little bit of testing in software developer as well.
Right. Thank you.
Of course.
What are some of the character features of your character that would conflict with being a software developer?
That's a good question. Maybe we can reverse it. So if you give up easily, if you're not looking for the solutions to a problem, if you just quickly seek for help, I think that could be not a great fit for a developer, because software engineering is really a lot of problem solving. So as I've said, once you write the code, the first thing you started, it will probably fail. So you'll need to find what the problem is. You need to fix it. So you need to have this courage to actually go there by yourself and try to fix it. So I think that not having this problem solving abilities is actually not a good feature if you like to be a software developer. That's the most thing I say.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Excellent. And for our younger audience, maybe they haven't started learning to code yet. What would you recommend for them to try? What are like the basics of the basics? Like what can they try if they're like 13, 14 now, in order to see whether they have this problem solving ability, or whether they can, it's a path for them.
Yeah, so there's a lot of those like easy programming tools that let you stick some blocks together, and that will actually create the code. For example, there's one called Scratch, where you can just move some blocks around. You have like a miniature person that you can make to go around and something. So there's like a way to look at a very convenient way, an easy way to get in, to actually check if you like the programming part, or if something like more gaming related. I think Minecraft is a really great game for things like this. There's this redstone part, something like this. It's something similar to how electricity works. You can build some gates like OR gate, AND gate, have some different mechanics there as well. So if you like something like this, then I also think that it can be a great start to look more deeper into something that's closely related to programming.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Well, I think we'll be wrapping it up. If if our audience has any more questions, you know my email. Please go ahead and write your questions to me, and I will pass on these questions to our speakers. And we will also collect maybe like a list of platforms, suggestions for you to try out a few things for software development, Scratch that Philippe mentioned, something for business analysis, like the how to start, and see if you like it or not. Yeah, and thank you all so much for joining. And if you're curious to know about the project management and agile methodology, about Scrum, someone had questions today about this, please join our session on Thursday to learn more about that. And at this, I'm gonna wrap up today's meeting. Thank you so much, Philippe and Nina, for preparing the presentation. I know how much time it took and how much rehearsing it took. Thank you so much. And yes, see you. Hopefully, see you all on Thursday. Okay. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.